news, there's been some recent updates on the case of the twin brothers' questionable murder-suicide found deceased in Georgia mountains. Case is currently unsolved for Quadir Malik Lewis and Nazir Rahim Lewis. Thanks for tuning in to End of Time Crimes. Today, the story brings us to Bell Mountains, Georgia, in which two twin brothers tragically lost their lives.
Police suspect the brothers died in a murder-suicide by gunshot wound. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has confirmed the arrest of former Towns County volunteer firefighter Scott Curlin, 42 years of age, in connection to the case. It gets even more interesting. According to the reports, the firefighter was fired on March 14th after he allegedly violated department protocol. Towns County Commissioner Cliff Bradshaw told 11 Alive. Curlin has not been charged directly in the deaths of the brothers, but he was hit with misdemeanor obstruction for allegedly snapping photos of the twins' dead bodies and then leaking those photos to the public, according to the GBI. The GBI's medical examiner has not shared the complete autopsy reports to the public yet. According to a spokesperson, additional forensic tests are still pending.
It's scary. I'm literally scared to actually go on social media. I'm scared to pick up my phone. Because if I see that picture, I already know that I might have a heart attack.
Imagine if they mother see that, that would really destroy her. She's already going through a lot.
The last updates from the national, local, and state news has been 7 and 8 days ago. We have to help push this story out, guys. Like and comment as much as possible. It is still a mystery who killed Quadir and Nazir Lewis. Family demands answers. The public demands answers. This is still a mystery, and it has deepened now even more so that the firefighter has been discovered to have been fired from his job. Prior to finding the twins and becoming a volunteer, he was fired. This is so tragic, and it's just the unknown is what's just so devastating. Did these twin brothers really truly commit murder-suicide? You be the judge of that within your own mindset, with all the information that you have thus far after watching these videos. Go back and watch my other videos and truly listen to this scenario. And let me know, do you think this is a murder-suicide?
The Towns County volunteer firefighter accused of taking the pictures, Scott Curlin, was charged with misdemeanor obstruction. Tonight, the attorney for Towns County told me there are no cameras at Bell Mountain. He said the area is not staffed. Now, the gate to Bell Mountain opens at 8 a.m. and closes at sundown. The twins' family says the twins' car was found inside the gates in the parking lot.
The crime scene photos were leaked by a random hiker that just so happened to be a volunteer firefighter that was fired. And there was, unfortunately, there were bullet shots in the boys. Now, the autopsy report has not been released to the public, so we do not know where they were shot and how they were shot. That is all still a mystery.
Very disrespectful to this family. I feel like our privacy was invaded.
Thank you, brother, for that reminder right there. I did go find his mugshot. And the reason I didn't put it up yesterday is because I wanted to do some digging to find out who Scott Curlin was connected to down there in Georgia. I wanted to find out who he was, who he is, and what he stands for the names. But one of them is called the Gulags. That's what they do. They share. They got certain websites that are out here. Some of them are on the dark web. Some of them are just out here. You got to literally look for them. You know what I'm saying? But they share what they do as trophy. And I'm glad this is getting traction. You know what I'm saying? It needs to get traction because enough is enough. But like I said, I've been doing a little bit of digging. He started deleting a lot of his social profiles because he's getting it right now. And he didn't want anybody to go in to look in his background. But you're a little bit too late because there's a lot of things that runs in y'all's DNA. Now, he's not getting out anytime soon. He's in there for life for what he did to this lady named Miss Scott. And then we have another one right here. But he'll be getting out soon. Then we got some that are already out. But they still got one thing in common, their DNA. I'm talking about those maps up there. in those little red dots, those little red areas right there of those different groups that are in Georgia. Actually, it's all through the United States, and it's really bad. But right there in Georgia, right there in that county, and near that county right there, all those groups that all of them belong to. And a lot of my questions got answered because I had a few truck drivers that reached out to me and told me that they frequent this area. And there are AI cameras all through that place. So they should be coming up with what happened, who did it, and when everything happened. Because there are cameras all through that area, up there, Belt Mountain, Wassee, all that, all kinds of cameras. So shout out to those truckers. There are a lot of other things that don't make sense right now, and they're making me have a side eye to this whole thing. It's making me say louder, the milk stinks and the water stinks. I'll bring those later on. But right now, we need to keep crying aloud until we find out what happened to these good young men right here.
What do you think happened to the twin brothers? Comment below your thoughts and questions if you have any. We'd love to hear. I'm wishing them justice for this case to be solved expeditiously, as they deserve it. The family deserves answer. The public deserves answers. Thanks again for watching. End of time crimes. Peace and blessings.